Oh, hello, and we are back for our Talk About It Tuesday episode. I am super glad to be able to share. Oh, it's an exciting episode in store for you today. Go ahead and share real quickly. We're only going to be on here just a few moments for our Talk About It Tuesday. Talk About It Tuesday. We have a topic and we're going to talk about it. We got some people, we got some guests today. And listen, y'all, I'm so excited. So welcome to Talk About It Tuesday, another episode where we just going to talk about it. And today, y'all, the title of today's Talk About It is The Next Chapter. The next chapter. Well, you've read a book before. It had chapters. Well, how about the book of life? You have chapters in your life all of the time. Maybe your chapter is 1 through 100 or 1 through 40, 1 through 50, whatever. Listen, I want mine to be at least 100 pages because I want to flip those chapters as if they're years. And so today we're going to be talking about the next chapters of our life. Today it's centered around education. It's centered around spiritualization. It's centered around salvation. And for my co-host who's helping me today, who's also hosting in our Talk About It Tuesday, is the one and only Mrs. Ashley Watkins.
Hello. Thank you so much for inviting me, Pastor Smith, to be your co-host for today. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm eager to hear what our youth and young adults, Reverend Patterson, has to say about their academic career and their next chapter.
So listen, y'all, Talk About It Tuesday. Listen, I want to welcome to our Talk About It Tuesday. I serve one of the best churches in the whole wide world. The name of my church is Berean Missionary Baptist Church. It's in Memphis, Tennessee, in the heart of a neighborhood called White Haven. And we're in White Haven right now. And we're talking about it. And I'm sitting here with some spectacular, wonderful, dynamic individuals who are in the next chapter on their way to another chapter of their life. These are our 2025 graduates of our church. Many of them are on their way or they're already in college. And so we wanted to welcome them so they could talk about it, y'all, so they could talk about it. So let's welcome them to the Talk About It Tuesday. To my far left, we have Master Tyler Harris. Say hello, Tyler. Tyler Harris, and he's going to tell you about himself soon. And then next to him, we have Miss Robbie Hobson. And then next to Robbie, we have the one and only, the Reverend himself, Omega Man, Brian Keith Patterson. And then right here, sitting off to my left right here, y'all see this pretty young lady right here, we have Miss Janiyah Moore. So listen, y'all, we want to talk about it. And Ashley, I know they want to talk about some things. And hey, y'all, again, hello and welcome and greetings to all of y'all. Some of y'all, many of y'all graduated from high school. And so I know y'all like, thank God, right? We don't know how much of the laudes y'all have, like the summa cum laude or magna cum laude, or you might just have a thank you laude, right? But whatever way it is, you graduated, and we are here today to celebrate and to talk about it on today. And so Ashley and I are going to have y'all to just talk about it. So Ashley, you got anything you want to say? I know you graduated, you got a Fisk University shirt on.
I do have on a Fisk University shirt. Did you say boo?
No,
You're about to get put off the stage. I'm just excited to be here and to host. I do have my own story about my collegiate experience, but today is about our guests. Okay. And so I want to get...
Well, don't let me know. Well, before you do that, since you talked about Fisk, I'm representing all the HBCUs, but y'all see what's at the top?
Huh?
Lane College. That's right. That's my alma mater, like Ashley's alma mater is Fisk. So come on, Ashley. Listen, y'all, and it's no particular order. We just want y'all to talk about it. I do want to ask y'all, like, what is something that I guess you've learned about yourself in this past year, and whatever you've learned, what is it something that you've learned, and how will you grow from what you've learned?
Something I learned, particularly my senior year, was balance. In my sophomore year, I transferred to a private school that was more fun and a lot more people. And from sophomore year and junior year, I was not very balanced. I wasn't learning how to focus on my schoolwork and also balance my social life. But senior year really taught me that you can't just be having fun all the time. You have to lock in and do your work. Not saying that you can only do your work and you can't have fun, but balance is essential to succeed.
Okay. Robbie, that's a good testimony. And I'm glad you were able to be bold enough to even share that. So I like that you come up and now you're like, hey, I can have fun and do my work over here, but also to have that good balance. Because if you got too much fun, then you lose out on, right? Trying to get you, as my dad would say, you can't make an A, all them A's and an F in conduct, right? So Robbie, tell us, where did you graduate from?
I graduated from Lausanne Collegiate School in Germantown.
Okay. And I think I'm hoping the shirt that you have on is representing the college that you're planning to attend. Okay, yes. I love it. Y'all saw with the action on. Tell us about the college you're attending.
I am attending Spelman College in Atlanta. It's my mom and my grandma's alma mater, so I had to continue the legacy. I didn't want to go at first because I just didn't want to only go for my mom, but my summer going into senior year, I went there for a camp for a month, and I literally fell in love with it. And I made bonds with girls that will take me through life, that I will be seeing them again in the fall. And I'm very excited to attend Spelman. So.
That is awesome. Awesome. Hooray. I had an opportunity to live in Atlanta for 3 years. I got a degree from Atlanta in Atlanta as well at the ITC. Go on to Hot Atlanta then and have a good time. Anybody else? I want to talk about anything that you've learned or anything that just stood out to you and maybe how you'll grow from what you've learned. Anybody?
Well, I learned that it's never too late. I graduated with my undergrad degree in 1985, so I decided I wanted to pursue my master's. And I'm not going to tell y'all my age, but you can kind of put the numbers together if I graduated in 85 from college. But I realized at that point that, it's never too late. I decided that I wanted to go back to school and work on my master's and get my master's, and that's, that was a big surprise. And it was a big adjustment for me, too. From 1985 to now, technology is much more. When I was typing papers, doing papers when I was in undergrad, I was using a typewriter. There was no computers, there was no internet or anything like that. So it was a big adjustment, but it's never too late.
Wow. Big adjustment. And so what are you doing now? You finished with, I'm assuming you've finished with the college. You got a degree? Or 2, maybe?
Got a degree. I got the master's degree,
okay.
but I'm not done. And in August, I'm going back and working on my doctoral.
Look at this, y'all. Wow. That's right. Come on. She's snapping her fingers, but you know what, y'all. Come on. Y'all didn't think I knew about that. Yeah, y'all saw, y'all, that's called a T, right? Is that right, Robbie? She don't like tea. Just a little bit. Okay. And then you supposed to say, not too much on me. You supposed to say,
too much on me.
There you go. Come on, Ashley. Maybe we got another question. I think they're hesitating. So if there's something else.
Yeah, so quick story. He asked me, what do I have to say about college? So in undergrad, I had this strong pull, this very eager moment of joining the military. And so I did that, went off to basic training, got injured, had to stay way longer than what I planned, came back home because education was instilled in me that it's important. And so I was determined to finish undergrad, so determined that I took several summer classes, and I advise you all not to do that. I loaded myself down, eager to graduate on time, and I had a nervous breakdown. I literally sat in the floor of my living room and cried, face broken out, but I overcame. As you all heard Pastor Smith say, I did graduate. I pulled myself back together and was determined to finish what I set out to do. But my question to you all is, what challenges have you all faced during your academic career so far? And then how did you overcome them?
For me, I was homeschooled. So I graduated from Home Life Academy. And one thing that challenged me was my social skills. I kind of lost my social skills. I went to Germantown ninth grade year, and I was homeschooled from 10th from 12th to 12th. And I really didn't have good social skills. I didn't really know how to talk to people. I was kind of nervous of going up to people, asking them simple questions like, "Hey, are you online?" and stuff like that. I was stand back and but yeah, and what made me overcome it was me working. I had a job at Kroger and I had no choice but to talk to people. So customers would come in line and I had to talk to them, greet them, how you doing? How's your day going? Thank you, have a good day, stuff like that. And that kind of helped me and building friendships as well. And I feel like I got my social skills back. I feel like I do. So that's what made me.
That is so powerful and interesting. I didn't know that about you, Tyler. I did know that you attended or you were doing homeschool, and so I can see that that is a great and it's a great question. I guess I could see how that would kind of put a burden or strain on you from being sociable to others. But I'm super, super glad that you have overcome that obstacle of talking to people. You seem to be coping well with talking, and so. He talks now, Brad. Okay, and so that's great. And so you're at Kroger. Are you still working at Kroger?
Actually, I'm at FedEx.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, they working me. Right now.
They're working you.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's good, Tyler. And so you finished, did you graduate from high school through the homeschool?
I did.
Okay, okay. And so I think you have a kind of a unique graduation kind of path. Tell us a little bit about when, how, and then what you're doing now.
Well, Home Life Academy was it's kind of weird. You would have to watch videos and answer like 5 questions after the video, and then a couple like 20 or 30 videos afterwards. It'll be an exam, kind of like school, but except I'm looking at it on a computer. So, trying to see.
I think you did you graduate on time, behind time, early,
I
or
graduated early. I'm trying to cope. I graduated early. I was supposed to graduate May this year, 2025, but I graduated 9 days after my birthday,
and when was that?
September 30th
So that was last year.
last year, 2024. So I'm really happy I graduated, and then I started college in January. I had
Started
TCAT.
college early too.
Started college early in January. So.
That is wonderful. That's the unique part I was trying to get to. That you finished early, started early, and so we're gonna call you Mr. Early too, Mr. Early. There you go. And you're working, and so I will get to that and try to see how that's balancing out. But we're proud of you for doing just that and being able to cope and to be able to express yourself. Anybody else a challenge?
So something that not a lot of people know about me is I have narcolepsy, and I was diagnosed in March of 2023, but that was sophomore year. So before then, ninth grade, luckily the school I was going to in ninth grade, they weren't really strict about sleeping or getting your work done on time, but I was always sleeping in class. I was missing material that was essential for me to know. So when I transferred to the private school, Lausanne, it's an IB school, and they're very strict about work. Don't sleep in class, get your work done. But I wasn't doing that. On top of that, I was trying to be too social, so I was only worried about sleeping and when the next hangout was. So that had a very negative effect on my grades. My GPA was like a 2.8, and my parents were worried like this is unacceptable. My teachers just thought I was disrespectful for sleeping in class all the time, and I was trying to tell them there's something wrong, there's something wrong. I finally got diagnosed, and how I overcame it was, medication and speaking to my teachers outside of class. Like, it's not me being disrespectful. And I graduated with a 3.8. So,
Come on, T.
so yes.
That is good. Come on down this line. I think Janiyah is ready to speak. She's been reaching for the microphone.
A challenge for me would definitely be, I'm also like Tyler, I'm not really a social person. Definitely in school, it was a challenge. I did my work, but I definitely would wait till the last minute. I'm a really bad procrastinator. I waited to do my work. If I needed help, I wouldn't ask for help. It was a struggle for me coming into high school because I knew I needed help, but of course I wouldn't ask for help. I figured it out on my own. So for my senior year, I definitely made an extra effort to make sure I asked for help, and especially if I needed it, I made sure to get it early and not wait until I'm failing the class to ask for help and they're pulling me aside and saying, oh, you need to do this and do that. So I definitely would say how I overcame that was definitely asking for help and not waiting to the last minute to express my struggles and challenges that I was having.
That is good, Janiyah. But don't give the microphone away yet. But I preached a sermon about a couple of weeks ago about talking and something you were sharing about needing others, and how I believe we all need other people. God made us to be relational people. So no matter where you go, although we don't put up with a lot of people, right? Some folk you got to turn them loose. Robbie, you could tell us about that, right? But we need people, and we need people, and sometimes lean on them a little bit. And so I'm glad that you were able to learn. You know, God will teach you a lesson through various ways, various means. So Janiyah, what high school did you graduate from?
I graduated from St. George's Independent School in Collierville.
Okay. Got to let a little secret out the bag, y'all. This is one of my daughters right here. My oldest daughter, Michaela, graduated from St. George's. My other two daughters, they went to public school. And then here comes this young lady right here, the last daughter, and she's graduating from St. George. So it must be something good about St. George's. And so you graduated from St. George's and St. George's Independent School. And where are you going to college? You got a shirt on like Robbie.
I do.
And
I will be going to Clark Atlanta University in Atlanta.
Okay. Oh, we got a clap from the media man. He's clapping. Either he knows something about it, you put some money down there. He probably got a son or a daughter or something at Clark. So you going to Clark, Atlanta? Y'all gonna just be doing it up, and I might need to.
AUC.
Okay. Okay. So you're looking forward to going to Atlanta?
I am. I'm very excited.
Okay. All right, Ashley. And so thank y'all for that. As you were talking about your challenges, you know, part of that is that it forces us to hope and wish for other things to happen because we have those challenges. And so I know Ashley asked about the challenge and how you're overcoming it, but I want to kind of shift it into, as we kind of dream a little bit, what if there's one, what is one dream or a goal that you may have that you may want to accomplish now that you've graduated from high school and you're on your way to college? And I know you're probably thinking about, this is what I want to do, or where I want to go, where I want to be, or what I want to accomplish. Do you have a dream or a goal? And then what are some of the steps that you think you can take or that you're already taking? Like maybe Tyler, as he's talking about, he switched jobs from Kroger. I heard Kroger got some good benefits, but now they're working you at FedEx, so I'm assuming you're getting a little more money and maybe a little more hours and probably some more benefit, definitely more hours. So what is one goal or one dream, anybody that you may have? Even you, Reverend Brian, I know that you ain't stopped dreaming. He already told me, he said he cut that gray off his head so he can keep on dreaming too, and maybe you have some other goals. Go ahead.
Well, for me, I am in school for a diesel mechanic, and at first, I didn't even know what a diesel mechanic was. I really didn't even know what diesel was, to be honest. I was supposed to go to the same college for automotive. So, and we went for a tour one day, and I was touring automotive, and I looked to my right, and I'm like, what is this? Mom was like, this is diesel. And I'm like, oh, okay. So she was like, I'm going to put you in diesel instead of automotive. So I started in diesel. I didn't really like it at first, but now that I'm actually working on it, like putting tires on the semi truck and working on engines and HVAC and all that stuff, I'm starting to like it. And it was one day while I was in school, we had to go inside the semi truck. So I was inside the semi truck. I was sitting in the driver's seat, and when I'm looking around, I'm like, oh yeah, I can honestly drive trucks. So I'm looking around. I'm taking videos, taking pictures. I send it to my dad and stuff like that. And my dad used to drive trucks. I can't remember what company he drove for, but he used to drive trucks. He had a CDL. So I'm thinking, you know what? I'm probably gonna get my CDL. So I'm just gonna work on trucks, become a diesel mechanic, graduate one night, and I'm gonna go back to school and get my CDL and drive trucks.
And so what school are you attending, Tyler?
TCAT, Tennessee College of Applied Technology.
Wonderful, wonderful. Y'all all have some amazing stories. I mean, this is some amazing stuff. Anybody else? You got a dream, a goal that you want to accomplish, or Robbie said, Brian, go ahead and grab that microphone.
I really can't say that I have a dream. I just want to complete everything that I do. I just want to get as much knowledge as I possibly can. And that was really my reason for going back to school. A lot of people, somebody asked me today, are you trying to get a church? No, that's not. I'm just trying to get knowledge. I mean, if I'm going to preach the word, I just want to make sure I know what I'm talking about, especially from a biblical standpoint. So my goal is, dream is just to continue doing what I'm doing. And, I've been blessed, and I'm just trying to keep getting those blessings.
Yeah, Brian, and you preached a sermon last Sunday, actually, entitled Living Your Best Life. Living my best life. I thought that was so on point. You tapped into, I think all of us, we could kind of like, Lord, that's what I really want to do. And so I think that's a good dream that we all want to continue, or if we're not already, that's a goal of its own, to live my best life. What does that really look like, right? On living my best life. And so as you were talking just now, saying about getting a church, and as you are already in ministry, ordained, you're working toward other degrees, one of the things that will help, that has been helpful to me, is that I learned that the old saying, it came true in my life, that my gift always will make room for me. And so I think that's a good thing, Lord. That was one of my goals and one of my dreams. Lord, I just want to make my goals or my dreams. I want to make the things that you gift me with to make room for me. And what does that mean? Whether it's a church, or whether it's me getting a new job, or I ain't having enough money to do this and that. I think all of those things are part of what we're working towards with our goals, with our dreams, with our degrees, with the work experience that we have, and then taking the past and previous hiccups and being able to bounce and move forward throughout. Anybody else want to talk about your goal or dream before we move further?
My ultimate dream is to be able to take care of my family, because all my family, if you ask your parents for some money and you're going to say, oh, I'll pay you back. No, you're not. I want to be able to pay all my family back times 10, and not in money even. I just want to be able to take care of my family, treat them like they've always treated me. My grandma over there, want to be able to take her on a yacht.
Come on here.
So, yeah, that's my dream.
So, Robbie, I want to pick on you a little bit. You don't mind me getting all in your business, do you? So you have a rich history of education, especially here in Memphis. So somebody told me that your grandmother was a long-time educator here in Memphis. Is that right?
Yes.
She was a teacher and principal of schools and been working in the church. But then they also told me not only was she principal, that she had a son.
Might have been my dad.
That's your dad. That's your father, and he's by trade he's in law. Is that correct?
Yes.
But somewhere or another, that law, him being so good in law and connecting with people, that he was the superintendent of the whole school system.
Yes.
And is it true? Now I don't know this for sure. Is it true that while he was superintendent, that your grandma had before she retired, she was still working in the school, or she went back?
Yes.
That is true.
Yes.
So he was her boss. Go say it out loud. The son was the boss to the mom.
But he can't never repay what the mama did, okay?
So that's a good history, though. I mean, and I know you got an auntie, I think, in Nashville. She got like the teacher of the year around the world or something, you know. And so you got a rich history of education. And so I'm glad that you are kind of exploring things on your own. And I heard you say you're going to the alma mater of your grandmother and your mom. Wow. You got a legacy to uphold. I like that. I know we're having a great discussion, but we're going to have to pause, and we'll be back for part 2. So listen, I know you're enjoying it like I'm enjoying it. Tune back in next Tuesday for the continuation and part 2 of this discussion. Talk About It Tuesday. And guess what? It's going to be entitled Part 2, The Next Chapter. See you soon.